Hello Taurus, welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. My name is Paul. If Taurus is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this is your reading. Please hit the like button, leave a comment. Consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. It's free, it doesn't cost you anything, all right? And if there is anything you would like me to pray over, or meditate upon, or send positive energy toward, please let me know, all right? Now, this is going to be a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger, and I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I might provide. And remember, Taurus, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. And here we have a Prince of Cups. This is some air and some water. This is, there's something in us that needs to come out, right? There's something that we are trying to do, trying to express, trying to create. I feel like you've got this artist in you, kind of trapped in there, right? Let's put this into some context. This is someone that's really striving to live authentically. And this is wonderful energy. And we've got an Emperor. And we've got an Eon or Judgment card. And we've got, wow, got to ring the bell. That is your power card. That's the Hierophant. And I ring the bell because this is kind of activating your spirit, right? This is activating that higher part of your soul that resonates in the realm of Taurus, right? In the Hierophant energy. And then we also have the Emperor. So this is really good. Oh, gosh, and the Sun. You're getting all the best cards today. What the heck happened here? I'm very happy that you have these good cards. We've got some good earth energy. We've got some very stable earth and stable water energy. This is good. And then we've got, oh yeah, and then even some Cancer energy here at the end. This is really wonderful. I love this central pillar here. Everything is aligning, right? Everything, it's like you've gotten the mandate from heaven and it's time to do the thing, right? You're getting the approval from spirit. It's like the universe is giving you some really nice weather to get out there and take charge and mobilize yourself, right? To get things done. Whatever you are doing here is intensely creative. This is the alignment with your true purpose, with your higher self here, okay? And then when we look at it on the horizontal plane, this is really going to be very productive for you in terms of your physical life and earthly existence as well. Perfect alignment here. This is beautiful. Let's select the mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. This is one random card from the Smith-Waite Tarot. We will just set aside here. We'll put Mr. Ed right there on top. Now, we're not going to look at that card until the very end, but it will tie everything together and it will give us the confirmation that we need, right? But if at any point during the reading you feel like you know what that card is, I want you to put your prediction down in the comments. All right, let's do it together. Let's make it a collective group exercise in intuition. All right, I think it'll be fun. Okay, let's look at these energies again. We've got all of this major arcana. 1, 2, 3, 4. We don't have any wands cards. We don't need any. We've got all the fire right here. This is your Ace of Wands, right? This central pillar. That right there. That's your Ace of Wands. We don't need any other fire. We've got some water, yeah. We got water, 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 and even water here. So a good amount of water. And guess what we don't have? Air. We don't have any swords. So I feel like your life is pretty conflict-free right now. Or you've kind of got your shields up where you're not allowing any of that nonsense in your life, right? You're not allowing any kind of fighting, bickering, debate, arguing. You don't want any of that drama, right? You're focused on what you need. And there is a little bit of air in here, right? It's the Prince of Cups. It's air of water. This, I think, is you finding the creative expression of your true nature, right? Your true nature, your truth inside there. is now kind of radiating out from you in terms of this water energy, right? So I think people can really feel your vibe, you know? I think that you have a very, very strong aura right now. I think perhaps your aura is this very sensitive, obviously with a blue color, right? It's this kind of very cool and sensitive and adaptable, fluid, flowing kind of aura. But then internally, we've got this Ace of Wands, right? We've got this power, we've got this creativity, we've got this drive, this real momentum. Now's the time, and especially the full moon's coming in a few days, right? It's in Gemini. It's on Monday. This is really the time for you to shine, right? This is the time for you to expand. And I think what's happening is we're starting to let this inner nature out. This Ace of Wands is kind of coming to the surface now, because there is such thing as being too adaptable, right? Everybody, we all have to be flexible. We all have to adapt to our environment, to our circumstances. We have to try to get along, and fit in and all that stuff. But there is a point where that becomes too much, where that becomes injurious to our spiritual health and mental emotional health too, right? So I really feel like you have this energy about you that is just about to come to the surface. And, I don't know if you're just about to reveal something totally just kind of out of this world in your life or at work, or if you're just trying to shift from this water to this more assertive, fiery emperor kind of energy. Yeah. Because like I said, the Prince of Cups is someone who is trying to live authentically, right? They're trying to be who they are and express who they are. And maybe there's been a little bit too much adaptability. Maybe you've been too flexible in your life, right? Maybe you've been adapting to circumstances. Four of Cups here, this is the circumstances. You've been adapting to circumstances that have been not extinguishing, but smoldering your fire a little bit. Okay. And I don't know. Maybe that's not the case. For some of you, I think there is a situation like that going on. But generally speaking, I think this full moon season right now, this full moon energy is really allowing you to bring what is concealed within you out to the surface, right? Whatever that means, whatever that exactly is. Let's look at your power card here, this Hierophant energy. This is really what's trying to get out. This is a representative of your Holy Spirit, of your divine energy, of your consciousness, of your higher self, true self, whatever you want to call it. Right? This is what's trying to get out. This is what is trying to find expression. And I think it's been met, first of all, with the water energy, right? And now the water energy isn't bad. I'm not trying to say that the water is bad. I'm trying to say that this fire is really kind of overtaking in some ways, but we still have a lot of water in the reading. So there's a definite idea of balance here, right? But let's talk about the Hierophant. This is wisdom. This is knowledge and understanding. This can sometimes be this could represent you committing to something and staying for a lot longer than you should. You have this ability to really commit to things, right? And sometimes I think you could stay somewhere a lot longer than is really good for you, right? Because you have this ability to stay the course, to stay on track, to commit. You're very reliable. And I think this I'm getting kind of an emotional vibe here, especially with the Four of Cups here. I feel like this wasn't always the best thing for you, because I feel like there's this internal like excitement. There's this internal, like almost like an inner child that wants to come out, but circumstances and your commitment to those circumstances have never really afforded you the opportunity to let that spirit out, to let that kid out, to let that excitement out, right? But I feel like now everything is aligning for you to make this significant change in your life. Now, it doesn't mean you have to leave your work or leave your job or your career or school or leave your family or anything. It's a shift in consciousness. It's a shift in your attitude, right? It's allowing now your true nature, your spirit, your enthusiasm, your personality too, to be lit up by your true self, to be who you are, and to allow that expression into the world. Okay? Now, that's some big time emperor energy here. Because this is someone now that is just saying, look, I'm the boss of my own life. I'm in charge, and in some ways, I make the rules. Right? This is no longer the conformity that I think is sometimes, attached to the Taurus energy, to the Hierophant energy, right? This is very fixed and in some ways can be limited, right? The Emperor can then see a different way, right? And now it's starting to get a rather sensitive vibe here. Because it could be a situation where, even as a kid, I feel like maybe you were always told, like, don't be so loud, stay in the background, don't make yourself noticeable. What's the old saying? It's really terrible. It's something that the best kids are the ones that you don't see, or something like that, or you don't hear. I heard that once a while back, and it stuck with me. That's just so awful, But I feel like a lot of us had childhoods like that, where we're kind of just supposed to be in the background. Don't be too loud. You got to stay quiet. You don't make yourself conspicuous, right? So I feel like there was some of that going on, but now I feel as if we've had enough, Now it's kind of something new is aligning for you. And I think that the alignment here, like I said, this is the Ace of Wands here. And this is you really with this self-directed conscious energy now. And the sun, of course, represents the higher self, represents your true self. Not just the higher self, it encompasses all of you. Right? From the very top to the very bottom, heaven and earth. Right? This is higher self and lower self. This is the complete being. Okay? And this, I think, is really, this is providing you some nice weather. This is the opportunity now for you to maybe create your own weather. You're kind of, you're in charge of things now. So this is kind of, to me, this is your aspiration toward freedom. Freedom of expression, freedom to be who you are, right? Freedom to pursue your own course in life. And of course, the Emperor is pursuing an agenda, but also is responsible for the entire realm. So it's not like the sun is just saying, hey, I'm going to go off and do my own thing now. Forget about the job, forget about the family. I'm going walkabout. The Emperor is here to kind of pull it all together and say, yeah, we can go do that, but we also have to think of what's going to be best for everyone in our lives, right? It's kind of you're responsible not just for you. You don't live in a vacuum. You don't live in a bubble. Your decisions affect other people in your life. So we're still taking that into account, right? So there's a balance here. The baptism by fire, the Eon, the judgment card. This is a rebirth. This is a reawakening for you. And I think it's heralded in by this full moon in Gemini on Monday. I think that this is a portal for you to step through and to kind of stepping forward into your true self, right? And there's fire in this card. It's a fiery doorway, right? It's difficult. It's not an easy kind of transition. It could be that we have to let go of a lot of things. This fire will really burn off anything that's that's sticking out, right? It's like when you go into a car wash and you gotta fold your mirrors in or something because stuff's gonna just get torn off. And I think a lot of that is our fixed beliefs, a lot of our attitudes, a lot of our history, right? A lot of our history here. Especially if the childhood stuff resonated with you. I think a lot of that we have to kind of get rid of because it's relatively easy to get stuck in that belief, in that framework, right? Because we're young, we're impressionable, right? The things we learn in childhood are very hard to unlearn as adults, right? And the sun up here also is giving you the clarity that you need to see how you might have been limiting yourself based on your history. And in other ways, too, of course. But being reborn is this idea here. And I think that this full moon is a portal for you. And I think that you feel it. I think that you've known that the time has come, and I think you're ready. I think you're ready to go through this doorway. In the future position, we've got the Four of Pentacles, right? And the Four of Pentacles is kind of like through this process, this major fiery Ace of Wands, full moon doorway. But at the end of the day, it's still kind of like life as usual, right? Things go about their business. Everything has changed, but nothing has changed. We have balance, we have routine, we have organization. We have our life that needs living. This is your home, this is your stability, your structure. But I feel like now you're improving your foundation. And it's from here, it's from this kind of renewed foundation that you're really going to be making a lot of changes coming in the future. A lot of progress now, a lot of things I think are going to be shifting for you because of this big shift or this big alignment in your life, right? Now we're going to move to the path of the serpent. And as I do this, I'd like to ask for your subscription. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. It's free, doesn't cost you anything, all right? And send some comments my way. I really do love hearing from all of you. It's kind of my favorite part of this is reading the comments and interacting with some of you. Okay, so the Two of Pentacles as your general energy. This is you really ready for change. You're looking forward to kind of renovating things, right? You might even be feeling this now, like you're in this mood now, the holidays are coming, maybe you're just kind of, for some relatively unknown reason, you're just ready to like redo the walls, to redo the decorations. You want to paint the car, or, you want to change things. Maybe you're thinking of changing your appearance. But I feel like it's in the environment. Like now you want to express yourself. You're tired of these dull walls, right? You want to put some color in there. Yeah. So I think you're ready to change your physical environment in ways that is going to be more symbolic of who you are. Now, it doesn't, change in the external world doesn't always cause change internally. I think internal changes result in us wanting something new or want a little bit of a refreshment of the environment, okay? And that's what we're kind of talking about now with these fours. So it is kind of business as usual. You come off of this very intense spiritual alignment, and now it's like, okay, well now I don't like these walls. I don't like the color of the walls. I don't like, some of the things of the environment. In particular, the Four of Cups. You don't like the what we had with the water energy, right? Because you're still the same person. You still have this adaptable kind of, I just want to say like a watery exterior. That sounds weird. You have a very compassionate nature. And you're very sensitive, I think. And you still have that. But now I think you're able to direct that more, right? Now it's not so much a sensitivity. Now we're kind of fortified. So there's the other idea of the Four of Pentacles here, is that we're not letting everybody access that sensitivity of ours. That in order for us to maintain our emotional stability, this foundation that we're building now, we have to protect ourselves a little bit. So maybe this is us kind of closing our doors, again, to any kind of negativity. And that's why there's no swords cards here, right? We're not letting in that stuff. We don't want to have that in our environment. And that's maybe one of the biggest changes that you're going to make, is fortifying yourself against negative energy, arguments, debates, negative opinions, just negative vibes from people. Especially now during the holidays. It doesn't mean that you shut yourself up in your room, right? That's the shadow side of the Four of Pentacles, is fortifying ourselves, protecting ourselves from negativity by just not going anywhere. If I don't go anywhere and I don't talk to anybody, then I'm not going to receive that negative energy. Well, it's kind of defeating the purpose, right? So the Four of Cups here in the environment, this is fortifying yourself in the environment. It's almost like you can be the hermit in the crowded room. Yeah. You can still protect, and maybe the mystery card will be that hermit energy. You can still protect yourself from negative energy out in the real world, still participating in your life. Okay. Now, this Four of Cups is also talking about the environment to which you've been adapting yourself. And now I think you're really, things are aligning in your favor. Now you've got a lot more responsibility for this environment, and you have the power to change that environment to a dynamic that suits you a little bit better. You don't have to conform, right? And the Four of Cups, it's not bad, but it's not great either, right? So this is the safety and security on the emotional plane that might be a little bit isolating to you, because we've been conforming to someone or something or some set of circumstances. But now the Emperor is saying that we're going to build our own castle here, that we can protect ourselves in our own way, but that we don't have to fully adapt all the time 100%, because again, there's such thing as being too adaptable, right? I mean, it's adaptability. It's not inherently good or evil. It depends on how we use it. If we adapt to the wrong things, then it's injurious, right? It's not productive. So things are realigning now where you're going to have that discernment, right? You're still going to be very adaptable, right? It's still a skill in a tool in your toolbox. But it's going to be up to you what you adapt to and who you adapt to, because we've got that Six of Cups too. This is harmony. This is the right kind of adapting. You're adapting to people that have the right adapter. You know what I mean? The right kind of spiritual energy that can mesh with yours, right? So again, there's this idea of keeping out negative stuff, but then seeking out the positive connections. This is a Three of Cups plus a Three of Cups. And that, hey, we just happen to have the same spiritual connectors. You know, that my spiritual alignment is compatible with yours. And together that makes a Six of Cups. And this is what we're seeking. This is the good news. This is the kind of life that we want. And this is in the position of the opposite. This is kind of in the position of what we don't want, right? I think this is the position of the difficulty, because to kind of transcend the world of the Four, to get to a Six, we have to go through the Five, right? Maybe that's going to be the mystery card. It's going to be a Five of something. Going from a Four to a Six, you can't just teleport yourself right to a Six. You got to go through that Five. And that Five is turbulent. It's waves, it's change, it's it's a whirlwind. So it's difficult, right? And in some ways, I think the before energy was like, okay, a Four is good. I'm going to stay at a Four. I don't want the whirlwind. I don't want the storm. But now this spiritual realignment you're thinking that storm is nothing because you can see how nice the weather is on the other side of that storm, right? Because you're making your own weather. So we're going after the Six of Cups, and it's going to be beautiful, and it's going to be connection and love and harmony and joy and pleasure and beauty and all this really wonderful stuff. Yeah. And the final card is a very active card. This might be talking about a Cancer person in your life. Okay, if you know someone who is a Cancer, if you're very close with someone who's a Cancer, I think they're very much in line with your energy right now. Okay? For some of you, this is going to be significant. But generally, this card is talking about being open and being vulnerable and being willing to give of ourselves to others, right? We have to take risks to find those people that are compatible, to find the environment that is compatible, to find that spiritual energy in the world that has the same kind of connectors that we do, right? The same kind of vibe. Finding your people, right? We've got to reach out. We can't be locked up, closed up in a 4. We can't have our doors and windows locked. Keep your doors and windows locked. That's not what I meant. Energetically speaking, we can't be shut up in a tower. We've got to be out there interacting with people, interacting with the world, offering our heart, offering our kindness, offering our goodwill and our cheer and our love and our compassion. At the same time, protecting ourselves from anything or anyone that would take advantage of that. But in the process, finding the right connections. Let's look at the mystery card now. I'm very curious if this is going to be a 5 or what did I say, hermit energy. Let's see. If you have a prediction, put your answer down in the comments. I'm going to go ahead and just say a 5 or a hermit because I don't know what else maybe it would be. Maybe another sun, maybe a 6 of Pentacles. Anything that maybe shows this kind of alignment. Well, let's see what we have. The 2 of Cups. Yes, that's I don't know why I didn't realize that. The 2 of Cups is making those connections, right? Finding the match, finding the complement to our energy out in the world. For some of you, this is going to be a one-on-one connection with that water sign, maybe Cancer person in your life. It's going to be finding that connection there. For others, this is talking generally. This is your making connections, many connections, individually, person to person. It's the way I sit here and I feel like I'm talking to just one of you at a time, right? Making this connection. And through each of those one-on-one connections is born this courage, that lion, that winged lion, right? That aspiration and that courage to keep going, right? So each positive connection is going to inspire you to further positive connections. You're going to want more and more. And before you know it, life is a 6 of Cups. It's in this blissful harmony. Feels like it'll never end. It's very nice. I love this. I love this reading. This full moon, I think, is bringing a lot of blessings to you. I really feel it. We're going to do an extended reading, too. If you want to stick around, click on the link up in the corner. That'll give you access to all of the extended readings, not just for Taurus, but for all signs. Okay. You can cross-watch, maybe check that Cancer reading. Okay. I'm here every day from 6 to 8 a.m. Chicago time. I hope you'll come back and see me again tomorrow. Specific readings for Taurus are Mondays and Fridays. Okay. But come back every day. All right, let's hang out. I want you to know that you're the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. I thank you and I love you. And we're all in this together.